Again, it's flighted, was there, slogged it nicely. 1, 2, and 3 bounces for a boundary. What a shot. He missed that, the first one, at the lower part, outside leg. But now it was straight back onto his pads. Went in the position and slogged it beautifully through that deep backward square leg for a boundary.
Precisely, but poor bowling display from Sifo because he just did the same delivery in the previous one and again doing it same. The batsman will not make the same mistake twice.
Yeah, the plan was there because
Precisely,
there were
but poor bowling
few
display
fielders
from
over there at the short mid wicket,
because
or
he
that
just
sort of fielders at the square leg at the deeper position. So if they had an edge, they need to take risk, and they have to, because the total is very much small. For that reason, I think Fotswane was playing with the mind of Siddiq, but Siddiq just trumped back him and played beautifully through that full-faced bat speed for a boundary. Ice cool defense, a dot.
exactly. Right now, Bangladesh is trying to get a bit of settle down and to finish up the power play over. 2 more overs to go after this over, and they will be eyeing at least for 60 runs. But the South Africans are giving a bit of a hard time to the Bangladeshi batters. Dot ball to finish up the over after 8 overs, 46 for 1, Bangladesh. Adil Siddiq, he was in a danger mode just a couple of overs back. 24 deliveries, 28 runs. So he is targeting the bowlers. He is going for the big shots. Well, you will have to go for the big shots in the power play. Or at least for the first 10 overs, you will have to put as much as run you can do.
Definitely a late cut, outside off. And he is the most dangerous batters, dangerous openers in this side, because if he gets along, he will get along to a big score. Standing right there with the open stance, using his footwork tremendously well. So a complete package might have been there in face of Siddiq. So he is the key here to take on the charge against him. Though Rizan is on strike, has been the pick of the bowlers for Bangladesh Tausif, because he took 3 wickets in the previous match, and in this match 2 wickets. So definitely coming late a bit in this side, in this squad for this series, and making a mark definitely is a very pumping up, encouraging one for Rizan.
Without a doubt. And the way Rizan has performed throughout the series, it's just amazing. This time, drives, and there's a filter in the short cover, so there will be no run. And Liam Alder, he will be continuing and in search of a wicket. He needs to take this wicket. It's another back foot punch, another dot ball. So dot balls are also just helpful for the South African side to give the pressure. And when a batter is going on such a good note, and starts to play the dot balls, definitely will be continuing and pressure in search of a wicket. When he will go for the big shots, this wicket, he will make a mistake. So another back foot punch.
Last ball, straight back to the bowler.
So dot balls are also just
And no one's been offered 9 overs, 47 for 1. Bangladesh under 19.
On such a good note,
Yes, say hi to the crowd.
play the dot balls. Definitely will be continuing again.
Expected one,
in search of a
though
wicket.
it's a
He will
weekday.
need to take this wicket. He will make a
But still,
mistake.
whenever Bangladesh plays
Last
cricket,
ball,
they
back to the
all
bowler.
love
So
to
dot
play.
balls are
They all love to play at their backyard, at their rooftops, and all along just cheer about for Bangladesh winning the crowds. Any sort of match, whether it's Bangladesh women's match, whether it's Indian Tigers match, or whether it's under 19. So this is the batting cards. Adil still there, 28-27. Rizan Hussain, 2 of 6, just came. Rizwan, the only one departs of 13, unlucky one.
Exactly. Sifo Fotsane is continuing. And It's a good drive, but the bowler has given a good effort to stop that ball by restricting the single as well. We were talking about creating dot balls, and I think South Africa has gone for that strategy, but they need to look for wickets because the total is not that big. If you go for the dot ball strategy, definitely at the end of the day, at the end of the end part of the game, the batter will go for big shots, and they might get a chance to win the match. But if you take particularly wickets on a regular basis, on a regular gap, then you get a slight chance to play it. And don't forget, 211 is not a bad total.
Yes, in this pitch, definitely could pose a threat to Bangladesh run chase. As I was talking about, it's a greenish pitch, but it's very good for batting. Have some slight rough patches, rough green patches over there. But as time will go on, it might have been get a bit slower, trickier to bat on, and for that reason, Bangladesh needs to score those runs very much early. I think 30 to 40 overs, if they could score 180 plus, that will be enough for them. Shuffling across the off stump line and play a solid defense to block that ball of Sifa Fotsoane. Fotsoane coming round the wicket, same as Liam Alder, but what makes him different, Tausif, that Sifa Fotsoane just had an a lower action. Just he tried to lower up his head and just drag that ball around. And on the other hand, Liam Alder, using his height issue and using his height advantage, he just have that perfect ball to bowl. Top run scorer, David Tigger, 5 matches, 205 runs in the series. Luhan Dre Pretorius, 5 innings, 143 runs, but Mahfuzur Rahman Rabbi, 136 runs in 4 innings, so he will definitely have some time to get over them.
Exactly, 10 overs has been played so far. That means that's the end of power play. And Bangladesh was being able to secure 48 runs on losing of just 1 wicket. Liam Alder, he's continuing this time, a lofted shot, but there was a fielder, he gathers it. Another strike for the South Africans. The 2nd wicket falls for Bangladesh.
Miserable. So many miserable things could happen with you, but this is the most miserable and bizarre one. There was no need to have a bizarre shot over there. You have a start, you have time to go on, but at the same time, you need to just score runs with singles and doubles, so why not you were just going with those shots? And it was again a perfect trap from Liam Alder, because he was watching him playing very much indifferently at the out of the off stump line, and he made that mistake.
Exactly, and I was also mentioning about the dot balls. Rizwan Hussain has played almost 11 deliveries, being able to score only 3 runs. That means the pressure was building on him. He was actually eyeing to get a run and gone for the big shot, but it hits the toe part. And the fielder was there ready, had a bit of a fumbled. Well, it was try, and then, oh, okay, I will get it. And he was like, well, I'm relieved right now. I have been able to get the catch.
2 wickets down now. Ariful Islam, the new man in, the star with the ball and bat in this series. Strong contender, along with Rafi there, to take that prizes. And you could see some unwanted visitors over there, and you could see that they're watching both of the views and the stadium's match also. So this is the prize. This is the trophy they are playing for. I guess the man of the series trophy and one of the match trophy are right along with that. Yes, the winner one. It's pretty much a big and silverish look. Straight delivery again from Alder. A hint of turn away from the batter, but just blocked it beautifully. So yes, these are the beautiful trophies. In the middle one, the winner of this Youth ODI series. And the other ones, I guess, from the match and around the series. Driven nicely, 2 extra cover, No need to run for that. It's a boundary. Brilliantly played, Ariful Islam. This is the way, I think, to open your account.
Well, he tried to go for the fuller delivery. Instead of that, it turned out to be a low full toss, and Ariful Islam makes the maximum out of it. Plays the ball perfectly into the cover region. So it's just amazingly gets the 4 runs. Poor delivery and gets the punish. Here he goes with the next delivery, and Ariful Islam is again on strikes. Flicks it to the leg side. Will be no run. It's a dot delivery. In fact, by having the last boundary, Bangladesh moves on to the team 50. It's 52 for 2. 10.3 overs has been played so far. Yes. Oh, that was a beautiful delivery. It was a beautiful delivery. It was thick edge, but it's edged enough to get a boundary. And it 5 runs. It's a 4 and a wide, I guess. But it's a by 4, in fact. My apologies. And, yep, the score moves on. Ariful gets a lucky boundary here.
Completely. It was totally a lucky one. For Ariful Islam is a by one, and it missed all the things, the bat, the gloves, even the stumps over there, and even the pad couldn't just harm it at all. But otherwise, you could have been just trapped in front of your wicket. So Alder, just analyzing Alder's bowling action, is right very smooth, releasing the pressure very bit early, had some quickers in the air, and just could utilize the atmospheric combination well. So definitely for South Africa, in subcontinent areas, Alder might have been so much potential.
Well, precisely, and Bangladesh now needs 155 runs from 235 balls. Well, today is the very first beginning of the match. Bangladesh won the toss and elected to bowl first. They have been able to restrict South Africa within 210 runs. The target sets for 211. And now, it's all about the batters. They need to chase it down in order to win this match. In fact, to win this series, they had a very good start. Bangladesh needs to make the maximum capitalization over this.
No doubt about that. Pulled it nicely, tried that sweep shot, down on his knees. Another one, Sifa Fotswane, just playing with the mind of the batters, allowing himself to go through, to go past through that deep mid-wicket or square leg region. And that's why he has been maintaining the channel very well, not losing his mind, not going back to his second or third options even. So you just haven't seen any sort of that.
Exactly. Sifa Fotsane, he's trying to pitch the ball in the middle and leg stump and get a bit of a turn. But I think he needs to get a bit of a short, just a fraction of short deliveries. It will play the trick for him. This time he does, he cuts it well, but there's a fielder in the inner circle. So no run for the Bangladeshis at this moment. They had a very good start, we were mentioning Pranto, but initially South Africa has done a bit of a mistake as well, I think. They go for the too many short balls, as well as when they try to create a bit of a fuller length deliveries with a kind of in-swing or out-swing, they missed it as well. And Bangladesh successfully managed to capitalize all those mistakes for their favor.
And from the very beginning, you could see that they have been checking their shots, playing their shots all around the ground. Again, a bit fuller flight it was, and perfect armor. So again, a dot delivery.
Exactly. And dot balls create pressure. We have seen Rizan Hossain. He got out by playing too many dot balls, creating pressure on himself. Sifa Fotsane on his very last delivery of this over. It's down the leg, definitely wide. And they will go for another run. That means means 2 runs will come from this over and a bonus delivery. An extra delivery will have to ball to Sifu Fotzane.
Absolutely no need of that, Tashv. And no need of absolutely to go through along all the shots you were checking along. And if you could bowl that outside leg line, you could bowl just have that corridor of uncertainty also for the batter, just light outside off, pushed him to play his shots along through that gully region or third man region, put them up. So definitely after so many times, it won't be that much bearable to keep the score ticking on. So definitely a tough situation incoming for South Africa. 12 gone, 60 for 2.
Well, it's Adil and the batter who is on strike right now.
Ariful Islam.
Yes, Adil Siddiq and Ariful Islam. These two batters are on the crease, and Liam Elder, he is continuing. 2 wickets has already been taken by him, just conceding 6 runs. That's a brilliant bowling display. He needs to go for a couple of more wickets. If from this situation Bangladesh loses 2 more wickets, definitely they will be in a deep trouble.
Alder continuing on, a flighted delivery. About to be a fuller one, driven just firmly for a dot. So Alder's overs, Alder's spell is very, very crucial in this match, in this final, to win. Straight back with the straight bat. The defense has been good so far, and we all were asking that we just can't defend it very well. You need to be very much calculative of defending such shots, or whether you could just get along with this shot again and again. Again a flyer. So flighted deliveries are nowadays very much common from the spinners, especially with the unorthodox spinners or orthodox spinners. So definitely they would like to have those balls just elude the batters time to time.
Precisely, and 2 more deliveries to go. That's another slower kind of delivery with a bit of a flight, and the batter has been able to judge it very quickly and defended it. But you were mentioning about the slower deliveries, the flights, and as well as about the batters. The required run rate has come down to the 4.8 when once it was like around 6 and 5.7. So South Africa, I think, is doing good. The current run rate is 4.62 and the required run rate is 4.8. Definitely, they are trying their best to restrict Bangladesh. End of the 13th over, 60 for 2 Bangladesh.
So this is the card, the summary card of South Africa under 19 and Bangladesh under 19. So 210 for 10, South Africa, and Bangladesh 60 for 2 so far within 13th over. Adil still there, 30 of 37. So it's been a steady run chase so far. Fuller length deliveries had an edge, but lucky enough to get past through that deep third man region. The outfield is so fast, Tausif. It was just shoveling away. But at the very last moment, Thiba Gazidi just closed that apart for only a couple of runs.
So true. And there was a bit of a drizzle and a bit of shower, we should say. The outfield, it's pretty neat, it's pretty quick, and it's just so ready for the game. This time, bouncing down the wicket, lofted on drive. It's a beautiful shot for a maximum, and it goes all the way for 6, clearing the mid-on.
What a shot it was. It's been hammered away. Ariful Islam with the bat. Look at the shot down the track. It was Fuller, flighted one. He just utilized the pace of the ball and just hammered away again to that long on to whitish long on region for 6. Crowds must be elated. What a shot it was, 68 for 2.
Well, the next delivery from Sifo Sane. Let's see what he does. Another, it was a lofted short attempt, first we thought, but then the batter makes his nerve cool and calm and said, okay, I will go for the on drive. And I think the batter needs to have a good attacking mindset, but he also needs to understand when you will have to step down, and that has been done fantastically from Ariful Islam. Sout Siddiq again on the leg side, and it misses, passes out the mid-on player, and easy single for the Bangladeshi side.
Yes, absolutely. So this will count definitely 2, 6, 1, 1. So 10 runs in this over. So you may have that luxury to stay back with only singles, or not just keeping anything in mind, anything extras.
Exactly.
5th ball coming up, no slips there. Flighted again, straight batted on drive for another single from that whitish long on region. So far so good for Bangladesh. They have got a flying start though. So from here on, just need to be quiet and calm to play basic cricket and to just get this series.
This time it was a bit uppish, and a good diving effort from the fielder. Anyways, the dot ball to finish up the over. After 14 overs, 71 for 2 Bangladesh.
There was a bright sunny day before, but now it's totally overcast condition. A bit, 50% of overcloud there, and 50% is a good right side. You could see the white clouds, you could find the black clouds a bit, and a part of the sky is blue. No chance of rain, but still the weather forecast predicts a rain, a shower, a drizzles there around 3 to 3 o'clock.
It's a shorter part of the shot, and it's guided beautifully towards to the third man. The ball will win the race. Well, the umpires might have a look whether it's a rope touch or not, but I guess it's safe, and 2 runs will be counted here.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's check it around. Late cut, late most cut. The fielder was a bit in square position, and he traced it till the very last moment for stopping the ball of getting past that boundary line. Yes, signaled it's safe.
Again a flighted delivery. This time goes for a gentle push towards to the onside. No run has been taken so far. In fact, in the last delivery, 3 runs were done by these 2 batters. And this batting pair is looking pretty solid right now. Ariful Islam is on to his 17, and Adil Siddiq is on 32. So they are going with a full-fledged confident mode. They are focusing, they are trying to keep the momentum with themselves.
But they need to be very much consistent, Tasif, because from here on, if you could find the loose deliveries, you could also find the way to gift your opponent your wickets. So definitely tough challenges coming in front of them. Again down the track, hit away for the long on region for a single.
Precisely. 2 more deliveries to go of this over. Bangladesh 76 for 2. They have been able to achieve what they are looking for. This time a low full toss, it's a drive, beautiful cover drive, it's in the gap, and the ball will win the race for a boundary. Another 4 from Adil Siddiq.
Beautifully driven shot, just outside off stick. Just had a low full toss down there. Let's see the reply. And the replay clearly showed the sheer performance, the sheer shot selection from the batter to get it past through a boundary line. What a shot! Utilized the pace from the spinner, utilized his low full toss, and guided it beautifully by Adil Siddiq. 36 of 42. Again a bit fumble, but that does not only harming the batter or bowler. So another over was done. 15 gone, 80 for 2. Bangladesh under 19.
"15 over has been played so far. 80 runs has been able to achieved by the Bangladeshi batters. 2 wickets they have lost. It was Rizwan and Rizwan Hussain. Both the wickets were taken by Liam Elder. His bowling display has been beautiful so far. But right now, the Bangladeshi batters are punching them back. Oliver Whitehead, 3 overs, 22 runs, don't have been able to gather any wickets. Only 2 wickets have fallen for Bangladesh, and both of them were taken by Liam Elder. And there will be a bowling change from the South African side. The captain himself will be on the bowling attack. Juan James is going on the wicket for the Bangladeshi batter, Ariful Islam. It's dancing down the wicket on drive. It's a powerful punch, and the ball raced for the boundaries, and it's a 4. Beautifully driven towards to the onside. Picked up the length beautifully, judged it, and it was a predetermined shot, we can say. He picked up the gap as well. The start hasn't been well for Juan James. Conceded a boundary on his very first delivery of this innings. This time another low full toss again, and drive from the batter, and will exchange their end by taking a single. Score is 85 so far, and Bangladesh is still holding their grip of this game.
Absolutely. 16th over, already 85 on board. Rounded wicket for Juan James. Is the last try for him. I guess all the bowlers have been picked up within this 16th over. A solid defense from Adil Siddiq of that loose and flighted delivery again. Quicker a bit, flicked it nicely through the squarish position, but only for a single though. They have been dealing nicely so far, and this partnership definitely working on for Bangladesh. Ariful Islam and Adil Siddiq, they're playing around the all part and playing through those gaps, leaking singles and doubles more than those boundaries from looseners. So definitely only a boundary in an over, and then a couple of runs, and then a perfect stop. And what a cheeky single there. And that overthrow would have been, but it was just backed up nicely. So another run. So these cheeky singles are definitely working on for Bangladesh. They have been using the tight fielding setups that loosen a bit through that off and leg side. Look at the fielding side. Last ball. Driven nicely through that super cover region for a single. So I was taking Tausif that they are using those short end placements to have those cheeky singles to keep the scoreboard ticking on and on. 16th over, 88 for 2. So not that much in hurry from here to complete that 50 overs mark to chase this down. I think 35 to 40 overs will be enough for chasing this total if they could use this pace to go along. Here's the Bangladeshi players. Borenno, the keeper, Rabbi, captain, after Ahrar, Adil Siddiq, Ariful Islam, Borshon, Naim, Rafi, Rizan Hossein, Rizwan, Shihab James, and Wasi. So plenty of batting left here from Bangladesh.
Exactly, and if we look at the South African side, it's Benjamin, Juan James, the captain, David Tigger, Jonathan, Ben Gile, Liam Elder, Oliver Whitehead, Pretorius, Richard, Rameshan Pillai, Sifo Fotsane, and Tibeti Gazide. So definitely the young guns who are going to represent their team, the national team, in the upcoming World Cup. And they needs to start from there.
Absolutely.
Actually, they need to find the best combination, and that's why these bilateral series are very important, to find out the best combination for the team.
And to grow that groove along, to go to a bigger tournament, to ICC tournament from here on, and to winning from that note, you need to perform well. You need to perform to attract the attention of the world here, that we are that cricket playing nation, cricket crazy nation. Wherever the game is, the crowd will be there, the management is there, and all the backing stuffs are also there, as this live telecast has been broadcasted by Cloud Live in accordance, and the overall coordination from Bangladesh Cricket Board, the BCB. You have been watching this live telecast also through that BCB YouTube channel, driven nicely. Point will cut it off for another single to start on. And I was saying that you need to spread this craze of cricket among every districts, among every divisions, thanas, wherever you can find fresh talents, young talents like Rafi, Shihab James, or Rafiuz Zaman. Yeah, I was talking about him. So Rizan is also there, a bit wide, definitely being called. So Shanto, Hasibur Hossein Shanto was also talking about the young talents like Ariful Islam, Adil bin Siddiq, Rizan, Shihab James, and definitely Rabbi, Rafi, those two pacers and those two spinners. And along with that, Borshon, the pace department sensation, is there also to take a part. So this is the perfect stage for this sort of cricketers to move along with their performances.
Precisely, this time short apart, and he guides it well towards the point, shorter length delivery, and picks up a single. 3 runs so far in this over. Whitehead is going for the shorter deliveries along with the pace. Instead of that, he should try to get the balls in a bit of a outswing or the in-swinger in the off-stump channel, on the middle stump channel, from the good length, a bit of a rising delivery. That will do the trick. But he's going for the shorter part and trying too hard. And that's why he's not being able to get those kind of wickets. Again, he cuts the ball, and it will go for a single.
Living dangerously, I must say, both of them, Ariful Islam and Adil Siddiqui. Why I'm talking about that? Because you are being targeted through that off-stump line, wide across that off-stump line, and you are being forced to play shots over there, those cuts or cover drives. You have a fielder at the point region to take those catches. Right before that, couple of bounces before him, one bounces before him, and again that outside off region, just a hint of movement from Oli Whitehead, had on thick edge, and that thick edge went across to that department region for only a single. So why I'm telling you that? Because it could be a trap of playing you outside off and let you to free your arms and finally got your wicket. So let's see how long Bangladeshi batters just trump the South Africans.
Well, it's a late cut, but there's a fielder in the third man. So 1 run will be taken from this ball. Well, the field setup is a kind of an interesting, if I say, Prantor. There is one square leg, and the fine leg is in the deeper position, as well as if we look at the offside, we'll see the deep point is there. and two of the fielders are on the offside, and the third man has been called in a shorter position. So definitely they are going for the shorter deliveries. It's quite clear that they are eyeing to get a shorter delivery and get a thick part of the bat to get a catch. Well, that was it, the dot ball to finish up the over. It's 91 for 2, Bangladesh.
With that, drinks will be introduced into the ground, and we're just coming back from a short break where Bangladesh needs 117 runs from 198 deliveries.
So the 17th over has been played so far. It's the first delivery of the 18th over. It's a bit of a shorter length. The batter cuts it down, cuts it nicely to the deep point. And the batters exchange their ends by taking a single. And the score ticks on to 94. Bangladesh is in a very good position right now, just losing 2 wickets. The partnership moves on to 47. Just playing 43 deliveries. Yet so far, Ariful Islam, he has been fantastic. 22 for 26, and as well as the Adil Siddiq, 50 deliveries has been faced so far, scoring the 42 runs. This time cuts it hard, but there's a fielder in the deep point region, so only a single will be taken. South Africans are trying to create a pressure by conceding dot balls from the Bangladeshis' end, but they need to pick up wickets. They need to pick wickets as early as they can. At least 3 wickets from here will give them a hope to get back into the match. Sifofot Sane hasn't been able to get a wicket. Conceded 25 runs in his spell so far. The current run rate has also been increased for the last couple of overs. It's 5.49 right now. This time of stump region, and again a gentle push towards to the leg side, and they complete the single. The target is 211. The required run rate has dropped down to 3.11. So Bangladeshi batters are doing a fantastic job. They have hold their horses of this match. Adil Siddiq, he's on 43, definitely will be eyeing for the 50. It's a beautiful sweep shot, it will clear the fine leg, and it does. A beautifully driven shot, sweep shot for the 4. He waited till the last moment to play the shot. And by this boundary, the 18th over has been completed. 102 for 2 Bangladesh. Eighteen overs gone, 102 for 2 Bangladesh. The 19th over will be conducted by Whitehead, who has conceded 28 runs of bowling, 4 overs so far on his personal spell. Ariful Islam guides it nicely towards the 3rd man and gets a single. And from the last overs, last delivery, Bangladesh has completed their team 100. The score is now 103, just within the span of 18 overs. We're in the 19th over. Definitely credit goes to the Bangladeshi batters fully for achieving that. Adil Siddiq, he's on 47. Definitely this boundary will get him the 50, and it does. A beautiful 50 knock from Adil Siddiq. My goodness, he is on fire. He moves on to 51 by facing this delivery. And Bangladesh is 107 for 2. 18.2 overs has been played so far. Brilliant knock from Adil.
Absolutely cracker-jacker it was. Look at the shot. Just had that leg glance and glanced it beautifully towards that fine leg region. No risk, but a huge gain it was. 50 for Adil Siddiq. I was talking about it with Shanur, that both of these batters have that potentiality to move along for the man of the series result. Definitely Ariful Islam and Adil Siddiq, both of them are paying off that line, and Adil Siddiq especially with that 50 today in this match. 54 balls, 52, definitely pushed a bit high. Chances for the man of the series award. I guess man of the series not. It's man of the match, I guess. Brilliantly played, cut it off nice. Backward point is vacant. Another boundary has provided. What a shot. Just clearing and tracing that point region fielder like a bullet. Bangladesh is just marching on and on. Look at the shot. The shot was there to be hit. Back of all delivery, a bit uprising one outside off, and a standalone shot. Rock solid footwork from Ariful Islam. You need to have your back foot very much concrete and play your shot. That's the body part.
Exactly. It was a textbook cricket from Ariful Islam. He will face the next delivery. This time guides it towards to the third man, and will get a single to move on towards 130. Ariful Islam is on 34, just facing 27 deliveries. That's just a brilliant knock, and he's carrying on and on. You might never know, he might also achieve his 50.
Not having that commentator's curse.
It's not a
It's so
commentator's
fast.
curse. We can hope. We can hope. We can hope. It's not a curse.
Yeah, it's so fast now. It's only the 19th over. And it's guarded nicely. Again a cut, a back foot cut. To that point region for another single. So you're talking about 50s, definitely. That should have been worked like ladder, Tausif, because if you see one-day cricket, it's a game of some phases, like 1 to 10, 10 to 20, 21 to 30. So you need to just break it down. And like this kind of situation, Bangladesh all over trying to get that groove and have that partnership. Look at that partnership with the scores from Adil and Ariful. Adil 53 not out, still there. Ariful 34 not out, partnering with him. So Naeem, Shihab James, Boranno, Rabbi, Rafi, lots of batting left here to move along to chase this down. 211, not that much big.
Well, it's in fact a challenging score, but the Bangladeshi batters are doing their work. They are making it easy, and they are doing this work fantastically well. Adil Siddiq 53 for 56 deliveries. On the other hand, Ariful Islam is 34 on just playing 27 deliveries. So both of these batters are set right now. Their mindset should be like this: we will finish this match off. This time a back foot cover drive. The fielder will get there and they will complete the single.
Absolutely. It's been so much straight for Bangladesh from here on. Just 96 runs needed now. The partnership is 67 runs of 55 deliveries. What a shot it was. Nicely looking cover drive. This bunch of players, Tausif, I have to say, they are brilliant with their footworks. Just need to be a bit calm and quiet. Need to stick with the basic cricket. Need to stick with sheer confidence. That will be enough for this bunch to take along Bangladesh cricket into a new height, like the new bunch of Bangladesh under-19 cricketers in the current Bangladesh national squad, like Shamim Chaudhary Patwari and Tawhid Hridoy. So lots of players are around. Shanto is also there. What a shot! Swept it nicely. The ball is traveling so fast. It's a boundary. Through that backward square leg region. What a shot!
Definitely, definitely, he played a beautiful shot. In fact, he waited till the last moment again. We have seen that earlier today from Ariful Islam as well. He waited and then played this beautiful sweep shot. Amazing. Last ball of this over. It's an on drive, soft and on drive, and Bilal is there to field the ball. A single to finish up the over after 20 overs, 120 for 2, Bangladesh.
Absolutely. That's a complete grip now. 6 runs per over. Brilliantly done so far by Bangladeshi batters, especially Adil Siddiq, 54 or 57, ripping it out for South African bowlers. Everybody does have that bashing now. So definitely not a good look around with those bowling option for South Africa. They are missing definitely their speed stars Lees and Mapaka.
Exactly.
Down the track, straight drive, 1, 2, but couple of bounces before the fielder diving it forward. There, saved at least more than a couple of runs, only a single been taken. So the dedication is also there from the South African side so far because the game hasn't finished. 90 requires now. It can be anybody's game if South Africa can pull out 1 or 2 wickets.
And this time he goes for the cover drive. Though the fielder is in the inner circle, he will protect it. Well, the last shot was a good execution. Could have been better. Could have been a better timing. If that had happened, he would have had a good boundary. Anyways, that's time. Another soft and push. No run will be taken by this batter. 20.3 overs has been played so far. 121. Well, that's a very, very good way to chase a target of 211. And another single will be taken by this leg glance. And these two batters are way too much determined to finish up this game. And they need to have this kind of mindset, I believe, Prantor, to be on the pitch, get set, and when you are on the rhythm, you need to make it count. You need to finish the game.
Absolutely. A dot, so 1 0 0 1 0. It's a binary kind of things going around at the ground. So 2 runs in this over. A better one from South African's point of view. Off drive, driven nicely onto that upper front of the feeds. Again, Ariful Islam and Adil Siddiq. I've been saying that they're very much good with their footworks, and they have been just developed. All credit goes to Wasim Zafar there with the batting coach, working so hard for the boys, and definitely the head coach Stuart Law all along, playing a big part of just dragging around the best from this young bunch of cricketers. And you will have a say that cricket has been so much entertaining and a famous medium of entertainment throughout the country. As you can see, cricket is playing in Rajshahi, in Khulna, in Dhaka, in Chattogram, in Borishal also, all over the place. And you have these divisional stadiums, beautiful scenic ones.
Well, exactly, Prantor, you were spot on. 21 overs has been played so far. 123 for 2 for Bangladesh. Ariful Islam, he is on his 40s. He's now on 41, definitely will be eyeing for the 50. On the other hand, Adil Siddiq, he has completed his 50. He is making the maximum from his end. David Tigger, the new bowler, will be on the bowling attack from the South African side and will go for the first delivery. It's a good one. He followed the batter and then puts the ball, pitched the ball on the outside off stump.
Hit the deck hard, David Tigger, and just kept it away from that right-hander. Again, a late cut, beautifully played. The ball is traveling to the fence, and the fielder was about to near to his coaching staff to fetch that ball. Jokes apart, but a good fielding there. Definitely saved a single. So 3 runs been taken. And it's been very much surprising, Tausif, that the outfield is lightening fast even after those drizzles, those showers. And you have to give credit to the groundsman all over.
Precisely. And the batters are now having their best time. 55 runs has already been done by this young talent, Adil Siddiq. His technique is pretty solid. If you look at the stance he's there, it's pretty neat. His heads are down, his bending is pretty perfect, and he always follows the ball, and his steps follows the ball as well. So pretty determined, and it's a very interesting to see that. It's a shorter length of the ball, pulls it towards to the mid wicket, and we'll get a single from that delivery. As well as if we look at Ariful, he's kind of a bit of, an sort of an open stance, but he bends a bit low and then tries to place the shot.
Again, a late cut around that off-stake line for another single to finish things off. 22 gone, 1 to 8 for 2. Bangladesh under 19 cruising on and on to chase that down, that 211 runs target. It is seeming so tiny now at this point. 8 wickets in hand, 83 requires of 168 deliveries. So it shouldn't be that much harder for the under 19 Tigers to carry on from here. 3:21 local time. So we had a delay due to rain after immediately that first innings done, where Bangladesh bundled out the Protea under 19s for only 210, even after a cameo innings by Liam Alder, 20-odd runs of 8 deliveries. So without that, it could have been below 200.
Exactly. And David Tigger is now continuing from his bowling end. And in fact, my apologies, is Juan James, the captain, himself has brought himself to the bowling attack. And Ariful Islam is facing him. So far, it has been a fantastic knock from both of these batters. Another soft and push. No run has been taken from the last 2 deliveries. The partnership moves on to the 80s. So that's a pretty solid partnership, we should say.
Yeah, of course. And Juan James has been trying so harder to break this partnership. A bit loopy delivery outside off, and look at the foot movement of Adil Siddiq and Ariful Islam. Every time they're reaching to the line and length of the balls and just play accordingly, according to their merit. That's been so much efficient for the batters. Again, a bit loopy delivery outside off, and he just got his foot a bit up front and play accordingly. A gentle push, a gentle drive over there. And we have been telling that foot movements are the basic of cricket. You need to have a concrete one, whether you should go to the back foot or whether you should come up front. We see Virat Kohli, A.B. de Villiers, Joe Root, Stephen Smith, Kane Williamson just playing both of them very well around the off onto their legs. So you need to keep learning even if you get mastered here from this stage, because international game is totally a different story from here. You need to just learn every day. You need to implement and utilize every bit of second of your career over there. So that should be the learning points for the young Tigers. Talking about 3 consecutive dots, finished the 23rd over 129 for 2, Bangladesh. The parents are still out there around the flags of Bangladesh and South Africa. Yeah, you could find the father of Ramashan Pillai. And here's the production of Cloud Live. Lots of cameras around the stadiums, better views, clearer visuals for you all along, a 360-degree exposure of this young under-19 cricket for you through the Bangladesh Cricket Board official YouTube channel.
23 overs has been played so far, 129 for 2. And David Tigger, he's on the bowling attack once again. And Ariful Islam, he will face it 46 for 40 right now. He's on strike. A pretty neat innings has been played so far. Plays an on drive. There's a fielder there, so definitely a single will be taken. And
So
he
your
will.
desire of having another 50, Tausif, it's closing
Why
apart.
not?
It's 46, so let's hope for the best of not having that commentator's curse.
Well, let's hope he will have his 50. Anyways, Adil Siddiq, he will face it again. It's a soft and gentle push towards to the onside. I am actually pretty impressed with Adil Siddiq's batting stance. It's so beautiful and it's so perfect. The way he takes the stance and the way he's bending towards to the ball and towards to the stump, it's just so perfect to play the shot across the field towards anywhere he wants to go, according to the ball. So that's a pretty neat technique, I should say.
Yeah, so far so good for them. 131 for 2, so not that much hard position from here. Again, a back foot cut. And is the prime time to utilize your field setup for South Africa, because you need to take wickets. You need to have those in a regular basis. You need to at least break this partnership, and you have been trying so many bowling options right here. So you need to find the best combination to bowl. And what lacks of the African pace attack today is the absence of their premium fast bowlers, Tristan Lees and definitely Mapaka, who are out of this match. But at the same time, you need to combine an alternative option of getting that partnership done. We have seen in international cricket, and we have seen even in the 19 slots, where Shoriful led the part, and at the same time so many Indian under 19 player bowlers were there to get that partnership going on. So we need to find the best partnership, and we did not see any sort of bowlers in this match for South Africa. Romashan Pillay got bashed away, and it's the same thing for Oliver Whitehead. So you don't have that options, you will definitely be lagging behind.
Well, exactly. The current run rate is 5.58 right now, and Bangladesh needs to settle down, and they need to capture the maximum output here. 211 runs has been scored so far, and that's it. That's the 50 for Ariful Islam. A well-deserved 50, just facing 44 deliveries. Well, these two batting pairs are just amazing. They have done a fantastic job. And why wouldn't they? Ariful Islam came to the ground and charged the bowlers, and right now he has enjoying his 50.
Yes, enjoying in the middle. These two, Adil Siddiq and Ariful Islam, both have their 50s. So from here on, you could just space along. It's a commentator's curse. At some time, definitely. Adil Siddiq is now gone. This partnership I was talking about, going in high, and a loosener from Juan James, outside leg, chased it for so long by Adil Siddiq that he just got caught just behind the stamp. It's cut behind, and all are eluded. Now the long-awaited partnership been broken by South Africa and the 19 team captain himself, Juan James.
Well, Adil is a bit disappointed with himself, but he don't need to disappoint. He tried and played the maximum. Definitely he's not happy the way he got out, but cheer up. You have done your job. And the rest will be done by your fellow team members who's coming on the next. A well-deserved 50 and a good knock from the batter, Adil Siddiq. 58, facing 70 deliveries. Ball by Juan James. The wicketkeeper takes a fantastic grab as well.
Absolutely, it was a gamble of playing him, and he just couldn't take that apart. Just got that wrong down there and had an edge. Juan James coming round the track, had that back of full delivery, not that much height. It's been kept a bit low, way outside off, and just got caught right behind the stump. And as Tausif said, a very good catch behind the wicket. So a third one now for South Africa in the 19. 135 for 3.
The new matcher, Naeem, he will take the stance. Will they face the first delivery? What an fielding effort. What an amazing fielding effort from the South African side. Naeem cuts the ball pretty hard, but on a follow through, it was a well grab in the short point region. Juan James was being able to get a breakthrough. Bangladesh loses their third wicket just on the previous delivery. 135 for 3. Ariful Islam is still on the crease. He just have his 50, facing 44 balls. The responsibility lies on his shoulder to wrap up the match and to finish it up in a clinical way. Naeem, he will face the second delivery. There's a certain field setup tuning, and the short point has moved towards to the short backward square leg. This time guides it well. It's a well timing shot. Will it go for the boundary? No, it doesn't. Sifa Fotsane was there. He fumbled a bit. Instead, the Bangladeshis have been able to gather 2 more runs.
Three runs on a wicket so far for Juan James. And Naeem just brought back in. Juan James immediately after that having a slip. So Tigar is there, David Tigar. And a timely bowling change from the captain himself. Juan James just looked back and brought him back for the left-hander. An ice-cooling defense from Naeem for a dot to finish things off. '76 requires of 155, 154 deliveries now. A bit tense situation over there as Tigar will be continuing on. Flatted delivery just outside of, shuffling across. Straight back in for Ariful. Again a late cut, but the fielder is there. So couple of dot deliveries, couple of missed chances after that wicket, definitely imposing some sort of pressure, some sort of tensions in the Bangladesh side. And Tigar just lost his footmark to get back again and bowl that delivery.
Well, David Tigar is on the bowling attack, and it's another softly glance towards the leg side. Well, if I particularly ask you, Pranto, what do you really think? What went wrong for the South Africans in this match? Is it about the batting or the approach they have taken in the batting?
Yeah, I think that collapse after scoring a few runs for a few wickets, and after that the late middle order didn't click, and their batting order definitely should be rearranged after Liam Alder coming in for as number 10 on 11 batters. Come on, Alder is a perfect finisher for you and could have been scored a lot more runs from there, so the score could have been to 30 to 40. That should be a different case from this perspective where Bangladesh has scored already few of runs, and after the bowling, you definitely got just struck for few runs, more and more, and after that, you just got desire for anything was coming in front of you. Adil Siddiq and Rizwan was playing their part away, and you were just shifting your bowlers again and again, couldn't just have that confidence over them, and just completely withdrawn both of the pacers from both ends. So definitely lack of confidence and experience of handling this kind of situation caused a lot for the Protea under 19 team here. Another single been taken through that point region. End of the over. So 26 gone. It's 1-4-0 for 3.
Well, it's a beautifully played shot, beautifully placed shot, in fact. And they run for 2 more runs. And the Bangladeshi batters are just now in a very good mood, and they are seem to be bit of relaxed as the match is slowly getting under their control, and they are on their way to chase down 211. On the other hand, Juan James is still hoping to get a wicket and create a pressure for the Bangladeshi side. It's a solid defense, no run has been conceded. Well, we were talking about what went wrong for the South Africans in this match. You were talking about the batting collapse, and I think the batting approach and the way the batters have played, it was a bit of surprising from my point of view.
Apparently, Tasif.
Exactly. This time, cuts it well. It will clear the mid-wicket region, and the ball will go for a boundary. Another 4 for Ariful Islam. He moves on to 58, and the score moves on to 146 for 3.
Definitely played brilliantly. And look at that shot. A brilliant way. Naeem just stand alone there, bend his knees a bit, and cut it through that gap nicely.
Exactly. Another dot ball. We were talking about the batting approach and the mindset of the batters of South Africa. And if we see, they tried to play too many reverse sweeps where they could have gone easily, play the sweep shots or the slog sweeps. Instead of that, they go for the reverse sweep and miss the balls, conceded too many dot balls, created themselves the pressure. David Tigger was playing and trying hard from his end. He didn't got accompanied by any of the batters apart from Juan James for a certain period of time. And later on, you have also mentioned about the Adler effect. He has some shots. He can go big. They should have sent him up in the order. Well, a dot ball to finish up the over. It's 147 for 3 Bangladesh after 27 overs. "27 overs has been completed so far of this innings. 28 over is going to be started. Bangladesh 147 for 3. Ariful Islam is on the 9 striking end, and in the striking end it's Naeem, who has played a couple of good shots in the previous over. Another easy single. And on the other hand, if we took the advantageous thing that the Bangladeshis did is the start, both from the bowler's end and from the batter's end. The
Like they
bowler,
started charging the Protea bowlers from the very beginning, as you were mentioning, Tausif. So I think that's also been a key part, that you need to start very positive. And here, along with that, I think that's the approach you're talking about earlier, will definitely be matched up perfectly. So I think both of them was very much unaware of the situation. Both of the openers of South Africa, Thiba Gazidi and Dre Pretorius. On the other hand, the Bangladeshi openers got an upper hand right in front of the pacers. They just utilized their back of a mind approaches, like we don't have our teammates like Mapaka or Lees, so we have started a bit behind. So I think that point hit very much harder and backwarded for them.
precisely. This time, it's a gentle push from the batter. And another dot ball. We are talking about the mindsets of the Bangladeshi batters. On a very positive note, they have started their game in the both innings. We have seen some aggression in the first innings from the first bowlers, as well as some aggression from the both openers. The power play was maximum way to utilize, and they have done it. Both the opening bowlers and both the opening batters for Bangladesh have been able to do that. Well, another run has been taken, and it's 149 after 28 overs, losing of 3 wickets, Bangladesh.
Yes, on the brink of a victory here, Bangladesh under 19. Why not? Because they are just cruising in. They have batters in the lineups and lots of batters left for them. So you need to be very much calculative and very much positive that you have been so far for chasing this down. 211 runs, not that much harder from here. You have 7 wickets, so just keep calm, keep your head's eye. So I think that should be an easy end of this match. Juan James down the track, soft hand drive back to the bowler, a dot to start. So he playing his part apart. Ariful Islam checking his shots, and he has there some sort of communication, mental communication and mental war between Ariful and Juan James. Just got away of his bowling mark by seeing Ariful Islam just shuffling on, hustling and bustling onto his crease. So definitely a mind game is going on. Now Ariful Islam just rotated the strike and back to Naim Islam now. Naim Islam would definitely like to go only with singles and doubles at this point of time, because you have that slip fielders just behind you, and you won't just need to keep your wickets to Juan James. And the sleep has been carried away, Tausif, and the field placement.
Exactly, and they have gone for the defensive approach right now. The batter tries to guide, but there's a fielder there. So no run will be from this delivery. But I was still talking about the defensive field approach from the South Africans right now. If we see, there are 3 fielders in the inner circle of the offside, as well as 3 fielders in the leg side, in order to stop the strike rotations. And the backward square leg has been put into more deeper position to the deep square leg, and the point has also been pushed towards to the deep point. Mid-on is on the shorter part, and the mid-off is there, and it will be an out. It was edged. He tried to sweep it, couldn't put the maximum effort. It wasn't timed enough, and the fielder was just placed there. We were talking about the defensive approach, and I think it's a golden opportunity for South Africa once again.
Yeah, I was talking about that he just needs to go through those singles and doubles only of Juan James, because he has got a wicket, so he'll be pumped up again and get out of a left-hand batter. Naim Islam will be giving a perfect boost up of defending that total of 210 to South Africa. James Shihab is walking down there as the next batter, but look at the replay of that wicket. No need of that. It was down to their leg stump onto a fuller length. Got nowhere to have that slog sweep, Tausif.
It was even onto his pads, so he could have picked
Exactly,
it. He could have
exactly.
gone for the flick or for the leg glance.
A quick armor delivery and a quick looped delivery to just encourage him to have that shot. There was no need of playing that untimely shot to get out where you need to have that partnership going on. So Bangladesh losing their fourth one.
Well, the new batter has entered into the crease, and it's James. He is the new batter. He has entered into the crease for the Bangladeshi side. 3 wickets has been fallen for Bangladesh, and the fourth one is the last one. Naeem, who departs by getting out. And right now, Juan James will continue for the South African side, and James will face it. It's a soft hand push. A dot ball to finish up the over, and it's 29th after 29th over, 150 for Bangladesh. David Tigger, he's continuing from his end. Again, it's a back foot punch from the batter, and they will take another single, and the score will move on to 151. 29 over has been completed so far. We're in the 30th over, and so far 11 extras has been conceded from the South African side, and 4 wickets they are being able to take it. This time, James, it was a lower delivery, and somehow he managed to defend it. Bangladeshi batters are getting settled down, and then they are losing their wickets. It's a bit of a concern, though they have been able to concede 151 runs so far. Again, a gentle push, no run. So the room is compact from the South African side. They are pretty much eager to not to give any kind of loosener to the Bangladeshi batters, and they are definitely eyeing to restrict the strike rotation. Another dot ball, back-to-back dot deliveries from South African bowler David Tigger, and he's also performing with the ball. He has performed with the bat today, earlier in the innings, and right now he's delivering with the balls. This time again a soft hand push, but there's a fielder. No run will be taken. 4 wickets. That's the 4 crucial wickets that have been lost by the Bangladeshis. 211 is the score. 151 has been already gathered by the Bangladeshi sides, but still more runs to go. And it's another end of the over. After 30 overs, 151 for Bangladesh.
Starting on to the next over. A back foot cut. But couldn't just get past of that fielder, Liam Alder. Taking the lead of having another wicket. The left-arm orthodox spinner brought back again into the action for having that angle to be created. Again a quicker one, an armor delivery, a straightener to him, and just flicked it firmly for another dot. So dot balls, and Alder is having that ramp walk again and again. He could be very much decisive. A late cut, a fumble there. Oh, the mix-up, the mix-up! The throw was at the non-striking end, and what they were doing, Ariful and Shihab James. Come on, it could have been a bizarre there.
Well. It's a big lifeline for both of these batters. They just mix it up. And Alder is a bit furious with his team's fielding. This time, appeal, loud appeal. It will miss the leg stump, that's for sure. And the dot ball to finish up the over. I guess so, yet not. 2 more deliveries to go. But the thing is, Alder is trying his level best. He is going to fight till the last ball. That's the determination he's showing right now. Again, a slower kind of delivery of drive. No run has been taken. And that's the end of the over. After 31 overs, Bangladesh 153 for 4.
Lofted drive, what a shot, couple of bounces into the fence for a boundary. That's a beautiful looking shot from Shihab James. Made his room and have that away outside off flifer from there to just guided that ball beautifully through that deep extra cover to super cover region for a boundary. High and handsome shot. Brilliant.
Exactly. He picked up the length again beautifully and delivered it. This time, outside of stump. A back foot punch. It will clear the inner circle and go for long off. And as we were saying that it was a pressure releasing boundary, isn't it, Pranthor?
Absolutely, because he has been just keeping that pressure high on, and the perfect plan was there, just a bit way carried away with that outside off delivery. He was looking to be hit just inside the circle. There's no protection there at the deep, and that's been advantageous for Shihab James. Just picked the right line and length and just played his part apart.
Exactly. David Tigger, he's trying his level best to get a couple of wickets and to restrict those runs. And the South African team management are picking up some notes. I think they are going to have a long team meeting after this game. It's always about the positives and negatives. You are the young guns. You guys need to make things right. You will have to take these feedbacks as a learning, and you will have to implement it in the near future to represent your national team.
Of course, that's been the key result of this series, of this tournament. Definitely moving on to the T20, to the Young Under-19 World Cup 2024. And of course, that national side pickup will definitely be a part. 159 for 4, so 159 on board. Definitely there's a loose delivery. It was a bit sudden bounce, hit the deck hard, a short-line delivery, a sudden rise, forced the batter to play that stropple pull. The straight one went just crossed that mid-off to long-off region for a single. So you could see the South African staffs over there, computer analyst, and all along lots of stuffs are going across. Liam Alder continuing in. So a dot. You need to be very much sensible and eyeful to just cross this line, because 159 on board from here on, I think 60 to 70 odd runs needed now.
Exactly. And though it's a kind of, the ratio is 70% to 30% for Bangladesh and South Africa, but still the South Africans are trying the level best. Another slower kind of delivery. It was a pretty good one. The batter defends, and no run. Alder, he's showing his bowling class today. It's just so beautifully. The way he comes and the follow through, it's amazing. This time James will face the Alder. 160 has been scored already. Another low full toss with a bit of a flight, but the middle fielder is ready. No, a single has been taken. So a single to finish up the over after 33 overs. 161 for 4 Bangladesh. $161 for 4 Bangladesh after 33 overs, and Ariful is still there, the set batter, who has completed his 50 and moved towards to the 60s, and right now is accompanied by his team partner Shihab, and this is it. They are slowly going towards to the run chase and in their way to win this match. But South Africa is still having a hope to pick a couple of more early wickets and get up a bit turn from this pitch.
Exactly. Siva Fotswane continuing on. After a while, Liam Alder been introduced, as well as Tiger and Juan James. Back foot cut it nicely, but there's a protection there. Only a single been taken. So definitely dealing with singles only, singles and doubles, not that much big shots been applied for, except those loose deliveries like Tigar applied there. A bit quicker one, cut it along again through that super cover. So Siva Fotswane also Tausif looking back to that off-stick region line to just force them to go back-footed and have that gully region fielder across along with that backward point region fielder to take on the catch. This was a cheeky single, brilliant single been taken, and now the overthrow, throw now into the keeper's end, but still 2 runs been taken very sharply. First of all a cheeky one, and then a very good run away.
Precisely, and that's a good presence of mind from the good both end of batters, and as well as a good communication. They followed their call. Siva Fotswane is going with his very next delivery. It's another gentle push, another dot ball, but the thing is, these 2 batters is having a very good time there. They are communicating with each other and having a very good strike rotation. This time guides it towards to the extra cover region and picks up another single. So a single to finish up the over. 34 overs has been completed. Bangladesh 165 for 4. "34 overs has been played so far. Bangladesh 165 for 4. And still they are counting on the batter. Sariful Islam has been playing a brilliant knock so far. 70 for 60. On the other hand, Shihab has faced 15 deliveries and completed 7 runs. "165 we were talking about. Bangladesh slowly getting close to their target of 211. They have just lost only 4 wickets. Still the game is on. Still the South Africans believe that they will be able to bounce back. And it's possible, it's quite possible if here they pick at least 3 wickets or 2 wickets, there will be again.
Not needed much. I think 1 or 2 wickets, especially Ariful Islam, the informed set batters. If he can be just pulled away from here and ripped along the path, the other batters, I think everything can be possible. Brilliantly played, cut it nicely, but pulled off equally well before the fence for a couple of runs. Now, 95 deliveries left. Tausif, from here on, 211 to chase down. So it's been a very much tricky run chase, proving around. So 44 runs needed of 95 deliveries. And you'll be eyeing to have a contest here. Way outside off, he's just following the ball. And at the same time, Romashan Pillai also following the batter, had those sort of bowling at the beginning of his spell, and at the same time he's trying those short deliveries outside off, trying to have that awkward bounces, and that's been the trap for him.
Exactly. He's trying to maintain a line and length and trying to maintain a proper channel that's just beside the outside off stump, and then he's trying to get a slower, a bit of in swing to deceive the batter. So far, it's a brilliant start from Romashan Pillai.
Exactly, like we saw with the bowling of Borshon, he had that awkward bounce with that sharp in-swing deliveries, forced the batter to have his wicket lost. Again, wicket-to-wicket delivery, just guided nicely towards short cover for a dot more. So we have plenty of bowling, plenty of balls left, definitely 92 balls, 44 runs needed. It's a way long, so you could just hang around, rotate your strikes, just beat up the loose deliveries. So that will be enough, I guess, from here to win this match and to win the series also. Outside off again, a bit of fumble, but that doesn't cost any single run.
Exactly. The Bangladeshi batters are quite confident right now, and they need to hold their nerve. It's a crucial moment. If they can get through from this, they are on this match. But Pillai is trying to give them a hard time. He's trying to keep them deceived. This time on the pads, flicks it towards to the leg side. There's a fielder there. Only a single will be taken. So end of the over. After 35th over, 169 for Bangladesh.
go around you.
Thirty-sixth over starting in. So 90 deliveries left now. 44 requires. It's not a bother of target to chase on. So we are talking about this run chase a very much pretty high and handsome from here for Bangladesh under 19 team. And you need to be very much calculative. That's been so far by the team and collected those things so easily. So far so good. They've collected all the materials of chasing runs. They have their partnerships, they have their own individual scores all along. They have the set batters down the track a bit, and just a gentle flick of that wholesome deliveries at the Yorker length. Short mid wicket will be cut it off. Another single.
42 runs required from 19 balls. Bangladesh so far has a good grip on this game. And South Africans are still in the search of an wicket. They need wickets. They really need wickets. 171 so far. This time outside of stump, he gets the room, but it was a bit of low. So the batter decides not to offer any kind of shots. But I think the spinners are getting a bit of a advantage from the crease right now by implementing it into a proper channel, which Bangladeshi spinners did, but not quite often.
Well, that also in a different case, in a different situation, definitely, because you were just pushing your opponent for having a good total to impose a bit seriousness, a serious threat to you, but now they are tending to take wickets in a regular interval, so things are very much different from here on. And if you couldn't just take wickets from here, you will feel that pressure that South Africans are facing off. So here's the squad of Bangladesh under 19 for this match. Boran, the keeper, Rabi, the skipper, Adil Siddiq, Ariful Islam, Borsho, Naim, Rafi, Rizan Hussain, Rizwan, Shihab James, and Wasi Siddiq. So mark these faces definitely. The future stars are here. And the South African side, Benjamin Hansen, Juan James, David Tigger, Jonathan, Liam Alder, Oliver Whitehead, Dre Pretorius, Richard Siltsuane, Romashan Pillay, Sifa Potsuane, and Thiba Gazidi.
Exactly. Romashan Pillay, he's continuing from his bowling end. And another dot ball, 171, has been scored so far, Romashan Pillay. And his second spell has been pretty interesting, Pranto. We have seen that he's more controlled, more composed, and he actually is knowing what he's doing and how he implementing is. It's really fantastic.
Absolutely. And just had a drive through that mid-on, but couldn't just pass the fielder down there. So Bangladesh batters are taking time, taking to get rid of Pillay, I guess. Oli Whitehead is still there with the ball, got some banished over there. So I think he will be targeted by the batters. Oh, a bit rising, upward pace a bit, and he missed that. Also the keeper had a fumble. Good pace from Pillay.
Exactly. And the batters are struggling. We have seen that the last 2 overs of his spell, and they are right now trying to find a way to get some runs from this over. This time outside off, it's an inside edge. The batter survives. Nothing has been done from the batter's end. It was a good chance to get bowled out, but He just survives.
Very much identical bowling because he has been maintaining that line and length just around that off stump. Just had some thickish in swinging deliveries that not allowing the batters to have that edge. What a shot! After saying that, it was a brilliant pull, a straightish pull from there, and had that fielder clear for a boundary through that cow corner region. What a shot! To just losing that pressure.
Well,
Nice foot movement, Tasif there.
definitely it was picking up the length. It was all about picking up the length. He picked it up beautifully and then just pulls it out towards to the mid wicket and gets a boundary. Another welcoming boundary for Bangladesh. The score moves for 175 right now. And then another drive. This time it will be fielded on the inner circle. So another dot ball to finish up the over, 175 after 37 over, losing of 4 wickets Bangladesh.
Not a good sign from Whitehead. The ball just hit onto his knees, so he might be feeling the pressure, got hit a bit, and had some cramp. So let's hope for the best. Drinks break is on there at the ground, so we'll be also taking a short break before coming back with Shanu Rabbani.
Good afternoon to everyone that is watching us on the Bangladesh Cricket Board's official YouTube channel. The final match between Bangladesh Under-19 and South Africa Under-19 is underway, and Bangladesh are inching closer towards a victory in the final game and a series win as well. Currently 175 for the loss of 4 wickets as the players take drinks. And we get to see the scenic sights of Rajshahi, the Silk City in Bangladesh, and one of the nicest, most cleanest cities out here. Just alongside the Bodda River, as you can see on the horizon. And on the horizon awaits a champion in this hotly contested series between the two Under-19 teams, the Bangladesh Under-19 and the South Africa Under-19 teams. Great view of the Shohid Kamruzaman Stadium in Rajshahi. It's an old school ground with the stands not having the seats. And buildings surrounding the stadium, a few high-rise ones, a few hotels that have been built in the last few years, among plenty of greenery, it has to be said. It's been a tight affair between both teams. The first ODI being won by South Africa on DLS method. It was a rain curtailed match, and we had to go to the second day, the reserve day, to have that game. The second match, Bangladesh made a fight back, and they came back and they won it. That was also in Khulna. And in the third ODI, South Africa chased down a tricky total to win that and take a 2-1 series lead. And then here in Rajshahi, the first game, Bangladesh were fully dominant. And they made it 2-2. And here in the final match, right now, Bangladesh edging closer. That would be going towards the boundary, but there is a fielder to cut it off. So 2 more runs at it in Shihab James's tally. James, who's been one of the key batters for the Bangladesh under-19 team over the last few months. He's looked at as a player for the future that will be doing a job in the national team as well, in the middle order and perhaps even in the lower middle order. A case can be made that he has the technique and the temperament to bat higher up the order. As Bangladesh inch closer towards that 211 target. They're 177 at the moment for the loss of 4 wickets. And Richard Seletswane continues to bowl. This time it's a bit of wit, but straight to the fielder at gully. Ooh, a bit of a collision between the wicketkeeper, Hansen, and James's bat. Shihab James, but no damage done on this occasion. Just having a quick word with each other. Bangladesh will be happy with the position they're in. Another good delivery this time by the bowler, Richard Seletswane. This time it was close to the outside edge. And the wicketkeeper, he knows how close it was to the wicket. And that's the end of the over. A couple of runs from it. A tidy over by the spinner. As you can see, some clouds there on top of the sky. We've been doing weather updates the entire series because rain has threatened it. But thankfully, despite all the rain that we've had around from time to time, we are about to have a result in all 5 of these matches. Even if, per se, rain came and the match got washed out, there would still be a result as 20 plus overs has been played by both teams. So Liam Alder, he continues, this time just trying to come down the track a bit. Ariful then checks his shot. He's been the mainstay. So on 71. Forward defensive push. Another dot delivery. Alder's been the pick of the bowlers for South Africa, but they've really missed the services of Tristan Lees and Kwena Mapaka. Once again driven on the onside, and it'll be a single. As we move forward, Bangladesh, they've got quite a few players that they'll be looking at for the future. The likes of Mohammad Rafiuz Zaman and Mahfuzur Rahman Rabbi. These two are definitely players to watch out for. The left arm spinners who can bat as well. 33 runs required by Bangladesh, 68 deliveries left, so no need to worry about the run rate. They can take their time. This time it's lofted. There is a fielder there, and finally, Liam Alder gets the breakthrough. Van Zyl, he takes the catch. Jonathan Van Zyl with an easy catch at mid-off. And Bangladesh, just as I was saying, they're cruising along. Have a bit of a hiccup And it's Ariful who's gone. So Bangladesh under 19 are 5 down for 179.
A bit of worry about Shanur because it got a bit slow after just pitching on line and had that a bit turn around from that bowling of fuller length just in front of the batter. Look at the turn, sharp turn, a very late one, and just found the fielder down there at just forward long off. A loopy delivery, a teasing one, and he tried to clear that long off region fielder, but a good catch, a brilliant catch, a half diving catch there, and a perfect mix up of bowlers and fielder there. So a new man in, Boreno, the keeper, and a bit of to bother about, but this botherness is not, I think, that much identical because 34 odd runs remaining now. They have left with 10 plus overs. So from here on, if you just play your natural game, it shouldn't be that much harder for you to get it flowed away. Yeah, Newman in Boreno. Just rotate the strike to Ariful. Play your natural game. Don't look above or don't look behind of you because a sleep has been introduced immediately after Alder just had that breakthrough. Straightener it was. Straight arm and delivery right in front and played it beautifully for a defense. So finish of the 39th over.
179 at the moment, Bangladesh for 5. Target of 211, and yeah, looks like a pretty easy equation from here, but a wicket maiden by Liam Alder. He's got 2 more overs left. He's been the pick of the bowlers, 3 wickets for 20 runs. Definitely, if his team had a few more runs or if his bowlers had backed him up a bit more, he'd be on the winning side. Things need to change dramatically here for South Africa under 19 to make a massive comeback. Still plenty of batting left. One of the batters is Shihab, who's gotten a pretty wide and short delivery, and he's just placed it away. So one more run, and in fact, Shihab James is the one who's been out, and Ariful, he's still there. So Borno, he's the new man in, and he's on strike. Let's see, without the helmet on, he's batting since the spinners are in operation. Plays it on the offside. No run on that occasion. Bangladesh required 31 runs from 64 deliveries. Selet Swane, and on the other side, Liam Alder. They're the 2 spinners in operation. South Africa a little shortchanged with both of their primary pacers out injured in the final match, and it's proved to be a telling one for the visitors.
Absolutely, Shanur. Boreno just needs to keep his head calm and just need to get those gaps to have these runs. It's very much gettable. Again, a bit tensed, a bit worried about off his line and length. Tried that cheeky single I was talking about. He was eyeing that gap in between gully and backward point, but no need to hurry. And if you just lose or miss some sort of shots, you don't need to bother around. Again, clipped it nicely. And 2 towards that backward square leg region. Hard chase for the fielder. Brilliant effort there. Just a diving save through that backward square leg region, but 3 runs been taken in between. Very good running between the wicket. You need that. You'll be needing that. Just keep running between the wickets harder. Have some quality communication between you two. And I think this total is very much gettable from here. I think 5 or 4 wickets win from here. Again, cut it late, but straight back to the fielder at the gully for a dot to finish. So Ariful needs to be there. There's the shot. Flick of the wrist. The outfield is lightning fast, Shanur, even after the rain delayed. And the groundsman did brilliant job to have that ground field
And that
so
was
smooth.
brilliant fielding as well. Equally good
Absolutely.
fielding there. And South Africa, they're trying to fight hard. Not too many runs left for them now to defend. And Borno with an interesting jersey number, 141. So I wonder what the story
A
behind
bit
that
of
is.
unusual, right?
Very unusual jersey number. I wonder if we've ever seen a cricketer with 141 in their
Except
jersey number.
Gale, right? 333.
333, exactly. Three-figure numbers we've seen, but that's the first time I've seen 141. So Liam Alder, he's continuing on 96. That's his jersey number, that is. A reverse sweep attempted. That looks pretty plumb, and Liam Alder is celebrating. He's got his 4th wicket. And Borno, we were just talking about his jersey number. Well, he has to go. And Bangladesh lose their 6th wicket. So Liam Alder, with one more over left in the tank for him, he's still doing the damage. Ariful is the key man, still there for Bangladesh. That's the key wicket.
Total misery for Borno. You just have come into the crease. You've just taken 3 out runs, and immediately after that, you went for that river sweep. There was nowhere there for Borno to play that river sweep. And Shahanur on Mike, I guess, a bit jolly about South African chances whatsoever.
It's a very good piece of bowling. I would appreciate the bowling because if you look at it, he was enticing the batter to play that shot, and then it was there almost, but the loop and the flight that Liam Alder gave it made it difficult for Borno, and it looked pretty plumb when he played that shot. So that's another wicket lost. And Rabbi, I was saying, one of the key players for Bangladesh, he's done it with the bat as well. He's now on strike and having a word with Ariful. Now, if you talk about player of the series contenders, I think 2 of them right now are batting in the crease. Now, Rabbi's been also given the captaincy for the last 2 matches.
Right.
So
After Amin.
more experience in the tank there for him as well. And we've seen his bowling action very reminiscent of the great Mohammad Rafiq for Bangladesh, the left arm off spinner, the one who really started it all for left arm off spin, taking or skyrocketing in this country. Liam Alder, he's got other plans though, and he's coming around the wicket with his left arm off spin, and immediately after bowling it, he raises his hand. He probably apologizes a bit because he wanted to give it a bit more flight and a bit more loop, wanted to push the batter forward into his front foot. So he's got a couple of deliveries left in this over. 183 right now, Bangladesh. This is the 41st over.
A full toss, but couldn't just get past the fielder right there. It's a brilliant effort. And a teasing one, definitely. The quicker bouncer or the quicker full tosses will be so much damaging now. Though there's a chance of taking wickets, but definitely you can't just get hit for those odd runs because not that much runs needed from here for Bangladesh. So you need to bowl right channel. Now, who's gonna bowl the next? Juan James? Surely, because the left-hand batter came in. And another cheeky single there from the onside. So another run. So from there, definitely 26 records now, in fact, of 55. So Rabbi is there. So Juan James or David Tigger would definitely like to come along with Alder to keep things tight for the Tigers. An icy cool defense. Another dot. Dot to finish, 54 balls remaining, 26 to get. It should be a mouth-watering contest now. Hear from because 4 wickets left for Bangladeshis. And here comes the change in voice again. Tausif will be joining us.
Well, thank you, Prantor. Thank you for welcoming me once again. 26 runs needed to win this match, and 54 legal deliveries are in the hands of Bangladesh. 185 is the score right now. 6 wickets have been lost by the Bangladeshi sides. 4 more wickets are there in their hands. Here we go. Let's see. Another middle stump channeled ball. Soft-handed push towards to the leg side. It's pretty interesting to see that South Africans are actually having a very strong mindset, and they are trying very hard again and again to get back into the game, and they are some sort of, we can say, a bit of successful right now in terms of getting back into the game. Couple of wickets has been taken earlier, and they are in search of wicket once again. This time another low full toss, a bit of fumble from the fielder, but no run will be taken. So the run remains same. 26 is required right now. 51 legal deliveries are there for the Bangladeshi sides. It's a pretty winnable match, Prantor, but yet they are making it a bit of hard, we can say. Still, this is a cut shot, but in the deep backward point, there's a fielder, so a single will be taken.
So here the crowds, Tausif, every runs, every bit of single even, been cheered equally by the supporters. We had some few of them, but now, as the day passes, as the day grows on and grows on, the chances of the Tigers winning this match, it's there in numbers at the gallery. So they're the heart of the Bangladesh cricket, definitely. Left-hand batter.
This time down the leg, it will be a wide, definitely. An umpire signals it. It's another extra that is conceded by the South African side. Right now, they are having the momentum. They need to make it possible. They don't need to go for the loosener deliveries right now. Another straight delivery. It's another dot ball. So the score is right now 187. They need only 24 runs. It's quite possible. They don't need to make it hard. This time drives it well. But there's a fielder in the deep extra cover. Only a single will have to be taken by these two batters.
Absolutely. A full toss was there to be hit, but just couldn't get past that deep extra cover fielder. Bangladesh does miss lots of full tosses and loose deliveries today, and it's a matter of concern a bit for Wasim Zafar, the batting coach of Bangladesh under-19 team, because you need to capitalize those loose deliveries. You could have won that so many before, but
Exactly.
you need to be there and utilize those loose deliveries. Any kind of looseners like the bouncer, wild bouncer, at the beginning, Rizwan and Adil Siddiq utilize those, but as day progresses, as the spinner bowls those wild deliveries, it can't get that much runs from there. So this is a matter of concern. This is the area to improve about. So 23 requires of now, 188 for 6. Juwan James, as I was talking about, will definitely come around. Another cheeky single, just had a depth touch of the bat and just got that run from there. So 22 requires now run a ball, and that should be that much easy. It should be from here.
Precisely. And the fielding side is trying to create a compact field setup right now. The offside is totally packed by the fielders. 4 fielders are in the inner circle. This time a lofted on drive. There's a fielder underneath it, and he grabs it. Another wicket falls for Bangladesh. My goodness. It's the 7th wicket they are losing right now. On the verge of 189 runs. It's a bit of loosening. It's a bit of loosening. They are losing their temperament. They are going for the boundaries. And the South Africans are just so happy to get the batter in their trap. I was talking about the field setup just before this delivery. The offside is totally compact. There is a fielder in the deep mid wicket, and the intention was pretty clear to giving a tossed up delivery to the batter, and this is what happened. So the batter departs. The 7th wicket falls for Bangladesh. It's 189 for 7 after 42 overs. Ariful Islam, the set batter, departs. It's a big blow for the Bangladeshis. Scoring of 65 runs of 75 deliveries. He needs to be there. He needed to be there in order to wrap up the match. But he played the shot a bit earlier. It was a tossed up delivery. He wanted to chase it and play the shot in the mid wicket. But the fielder was ready enough to get the catch. The new batter enters into the pitch. It's Rafi. He will be facing Juan James, the captain of the South African team, and so far he has been impressive. Whenever the breakthrough is required, he was there for the Proteas in order to take the wicket and get back into the game. 7 wickets. It's 7 wickets. Bangladesh has only 3 wickets left and 22 runs to chase. It's an easy winning match, but now they are just lagging behind. But credit goes to the South African side as well. They are doing a fantastic job in order to restrict Bangladesh. But we believe that as it's still the game is on, so the team will be able to chase it down. They just need to hold their nerves. They just need to find the gaps. They don't need to go for the big shots. They can do this run chase just conducting singles and doubles.
Panic runs, totally panic runs there. And again, a quicker one. Rafi and Rabbi both are there. So this game is turned around, another nail biter. So it shouldn't be happening that time. Again, wicket to wicket. Cheeky single is there, but not taken. Timely set back, and Rabbi is asking Rafi, why wouldn't you run, or why would you just call and get back again? So many dramas are there, and Juan James doing the right thing, keeping fielders close, looking for those close in fielders. But in the meantime, another single been taken. 20 odd runs needed now. Of 42 deliveries, no need to have that panic run. Bangladesh are inching towards a victory, a serious victory against the Proteas. And they just left 1-0 behind after the first match, the unfortunate one. Then had that 1-all on 9th of July and 11th of July. Again they lagged behind, and they bounced back brilliantly here in Rajshahi on 14th. So this series decider definitely taking a toll part of the players, both of South Africa and Bangladesh. 20 runs needed now. Rabbi on strike. Flighted delivery, full toss, again missed opportunity. Oh God, this shouldn't be done. Bangladesh, what are you doing now?
Well, they need to hold their nerves. They need to settle down. There's no need to get nervous. This time, flick of the wrist towards the leg side and gets a single. They can chase this run just conducting the singles and doubles. They need to find the gaps and place the ball in that place so that they can have the run. They don't need to go for the big shots right now. If it's a loosener delivery, then go for it. Otherwise, there's no need to take any kind of risks. The new batter Rafi will take a guard for the delivery, and as I was saying, there's no need for any kind of panic attack. They can chase these runs just conducting singles and doubles. If it's a loosener, then go for it. Another rubbish but safe. It was a very loose play from the batter. It was a slower delivery.
Very nervous one, Tausif, because no need to have that uppish one. You just can hand your bats down and have those grounded shots. Each and every part of the bat will be talking for you. So definitely just play the straight one. Again, to the fielder, no worry about that. You can have that luxury of having those dot deliveries. Just look at the gap between that wideish long off and that extra cover. Another cheeky single. Now, Juan James is lagging behind in this strategy. You need to have that close infielder as Bangladesh is just tightening up towards that victory of 17 runs from here. You need to close up your fielders for the batters, as both of them tending to have those singles and doubles. So that's the game. That's the mental game you were losing.
Well, I think he is focusing on more restricting the runs, but the leg side fielder who is in the backward square leg, short backward square leg, he is in the inner circle. Another single has been taken, as well as it's a wide. So an extra ball will have to be bowled by the bowler, as well as an extra run will be given towards to the batting side. As we were saying that there's a gap in the leg side, and both of these Bangladeshi batters are trying to capitalize it. This time it's a dot ball.
Absolutely, absolutely. A dot, a bit of pressure, a bit of tension around. 15 requires of the last 6 overs. So that's the tight situation from here. 44th over gone. It's 196 for 7. Rafi and Rabbi, over to you at the ground, and Shanur and Tausif over here with the mic.
Well, right now it's 44 overs has been completed. 197 for 7 Bangladesh. They just need only 15 runs. They have 36 deliveries. The only thing is they are losing wickets. Juan James, he is continuing for Rafi. It's an appeal. It's a close one, but I think it wouldn't have flipped the leg stump. And the captain of the South African side is also convinced. He's saying that it might have missed the leg stump. It's going back to the bowling mark. This time again on the leg stump. He's following the pad of the batters and bowling onto the pads. This time another dot ball. If Bangladesh continuously keep conceding these dot balls, then the pressure will be created and they will lose the wicket. In terms of losing the pressure, there's a thick barrage on the bat. It's going towards the boundary, and it does. It clears the third man. And guess what? Another boundary for Bangladesh, and that brings up the team 200 for the Bangladesh. It's a lucky one, but it's enough to get a boundary, and as well as the umpire has called for a no ball. That means they are going to have a free hit or not. Another ball has been bowled. It's a drive, and the umpires, and it was a bit of a pitch, but couldn't gather it. This time, Juan James is going to give a similar kind of delivery, I guess. Yes, it's a slower one. Again, it was a bit full toss. And the batters are trying to get the maximum out of it, and they have failed to do that again and again. Another ball, this time again on to the pads, and a dot ball to finish up the over. It's 200 after the 45 over, losing of 7 wickets. This time again a soft hand push towards to the leg side. Another single will be taken at the very beginning of this over. 45 overs has been played. We're in the 46th over. They only need 11 runs to win this match. And they have 2 of their batters on the crease. Rabbi is on strike right now. He's the captain of today's match, and the responsibility lies on his shoulder. There's a bit of fine-tuning in the field. The leg side has been completely compact with the fielders, along with the offside as well. One mid off and a backward square leg. This time it clears the boundary. It will clear the boundary because it has bisected the inner circle and it rolls down all the way for four. Another boundary. Bangladesh are inching towards to the victory. And I'm welcoming you, Shanur, once again in the combos.
Thank you so much, Tausif. Yeah, lucky. Number 7 runs required from 28 deliveries, and it's the Rafi and Rabbi show once again. We've seen this previously in this tournament. Plenty of times these two have come together and they've scored runs late at the death, and they're doing it once again. Rabbi on 10 from 16, Rafi on 5 from 8, and Bangladesh inching closer towards the series win. Once again, it's driven towards the deep. There is a fielder there at extra cover, a bit of a fumble, but just a single. And for Bangladesh, this is going to be a very, very memorable series win because they were down 2-1 in Khulna after the first 3 ODIs, and then they've come back in Rajshahi to win both of these games. As it seems, Seletswani is continuing, and another dot ball. One has to wonder if the captain, Juan James, he could have done with another pacer at this time in the innings, knowing that these two are very good against spin. Both of them are spinners themselves, Rafi and Rabbi, left arm off spinners, and they're once again doing the damage late on in the innings. And the crowd here, they're expecting a Bangladesh win.
There's no doubt. The crowd is actually expecting a Bangladesh win, but the South Africans has fight till their last, we should say. They were in search of wickets. They were being able to get breakthroughs and give a tough time to the Bangladeshis. Another beautiful delivery, and soft-handedly pushed it towards to the offside and gets another single. So a single to finish up the over after 46 overs. Bangladesh 207 for 7. They need only 4 runs to win this match.
Yeah, it's all but done and dusted, you feel, from here on in. Just the 4 runs required, but they did make it a bit difficult for themselves later on in the innings with the fall of some 3 quick wickets. They were cruising at 150 out for 4, now 207 for 7. And in both matches, you wonder if South Africa had scored 20 to 30 more runs, what would have happened? I think for South Africa, when they leave this series, they can leave with their heads held high with the bowlers and the effort that the bowlers have put. The batters, I think it's been mostly the David Teeger show, and he's needed more support from the others. Yes, there have been some good innings by Luandre Pretorius, but the others, they really haven't scored regularly, and they really haven't scored enough. So that is something moving forward with this team they will look to do and figure out, because the World Cup is in Sri Lanka next year and the conditions will favor the spinners. The batters will have to be used to this. It won't be any cooler as well. Another delivery, another dot ball, this time by the captain, Juan James. He's captaining the side today. South Africa have 2 captains. One is Juan James, the other is David Teeger.
Exactly. Another gentle push towards to the offside and another dot ball. You were mentioning about the batters, especially if we talk about today. The batters were pretty much defensive. They picked up some wrong shots. They were trying for the reverse sweep too many times instead of going for the regular slot sweeps and regular kind of textbook shots. They tried too many unorthodox shots, which conceded too many dot balls, and dot balls to lead them towards to the pressure, and then they just lost that focus and lost their wicket. So definitely I think the batters need to be more focused, and they need to have a certain kind of mindset in order to deliver. They need to have a focus on their shot selection as well. They need to pick up bowlers rather than going over by overs.
At this moment, just 2 runs required from 20 deliveries. Juan James continues. He's got 2 more deliveries left in this over. He's bowling with a slip in place. And the captain, Rabbi, he comes forward and defends. It's captain to captain right now. Captain of the South Africa under-19 team bowling against the captain of the Bangladesh under-19 team. And you have to wonder, one of these players that are batting right now might be there for the player of the series. We keep talking about it because you become a player of the series here, and you will definitely be in the eye of the selectors in the national team periphery. So one more run in the final ball of the over, and that means Bangladesh cannot lose this match. They're 1 run away from 18 deliveries. Rafi and Rafi, they've really done a great job here, and as we can see, it's been a great series between the two teams. The crowd, they've gathered along nicely in the final match, which is the decider.
Exactly, 1 run away from winning this match. The Bangladeshis are now in the score level situation. 210 is in the scorecard. Rabbi, the captain, is on strike. It's all set for him. Just a single or anything can win this match. Here he goes. And it's done it. It's over. Bangladesh wins this match by 3 wickets. And the winning run comes from the bat of the captain. And a convincing win for Bangladesh.
Fantastic display by the young Tigers. They came here with the intent of winning both the matches. They knew they had to be perfect, and they've been perfect. They've taken the series 3-2, coming back behind from 2-1 down in Khulna, and they've been the Raj in the Rajshahi for this series, because the South African under-19 team, they've been beaten against a very resilient Bangladesh under-19 team who have fought back. And what a series we've witnessed. Every single match, it has been competitive, it's been compelling. There have been twists and turns. South Africa have been in it for the most part. They've had chances of winning the series, and then Bangladesh in the end came back and delivered when it really mattered. But in the end, it's all about the handshakes, it's all about the crowd enjoying themselves, it's all about the game, it's all about the spirit of cricket, and it's all about enjoying the game, playing it for the love of it. And that's what you have to do. That's what you have to learn from a young age. Even when you become an adult and a big player, you play for the badge in front, you play for the country, and you play for the fans, and you play because you love the game. Of course, the money comes along the way. And it's been a great series between two teams that have shown great spirit. As you can see, the crowd are thoroughly cheering on Bangladesh. They've stayed back to watch what has been an epic match.
It's just amazing. It's just amazing, Shanur, isn't it? Getting like behind in the series, then coming back and win it in your own home ground in Rajshahi. You were mentioning it. Bangladesh has just shown their Raj in the Rajshahi. And yes, credit goes all the team members and definitely the coaching panels as well. Stuart Law especially, who is working with them. Wasim Zafar as a batting coach, as well as their fitness trainer and the bowling coach Talha Zubair.
Yeah, you mentioned the names, and for South Africa as well, I think all the players, they can be proud of this effort. The team manager, Lansh Conradi, definitely having a word. And then you see Paul Adams, the leg spinner. He's congratulating his bowlers because he's done a good job as the spin bowling consultant in the South African setup. And both of them, they've thoroughly managed to get the spinners going all guns blazing. And look at that scorecard. Bangladesh getting 211, important contributions there, right up at the top by Adil. Rizwan and Adil got off to a good start. And then Ariful in the middle right there, the vice captain, top scoring with 65 from 79 deliveries. Ollie Whitehead, Romashan Pillai, they will look at themselves and feel a little aggrieved because they did get some overs right up at the top but couldn't get enough breakthroughs. But the star was Liam Alder for the South Africans with the 4 wickets, and there you see the trophies, all 3 of them, and we know who's taking a few of them. The player of the match most likely will be from Bangladesh. The player of the series remains to be seen who it's going to be, and you look at the crowd, they're enjoying it because, as we can see, the Bangladesh team boys, they're having a bit of fun with their fitness trainer, and the South African boys as well. They are a bit more somber in comparison because they fought hard to not win this series, but they fought and they can be proud as we just get ourselves set for the presentation in a bit. It's been a wonderful series to cover. Thanks to everyone that has joined us throughout the 5 matches. The first 3 in Khulna and the last 3 here, the last 2 in fact here in Rajshahi, with Bangladesh winning it 3-2. We will be going into the presentation ceremony in a bit. This has been Shahnur Rabbani on commentary, along with Tausif and Prantor, who have been here, and the other commentators as well, the likes of Zahin and Tanzim. They've all come here in different matches to commentate and bring you the matches live via Cloud Live and their production. And it's all thanks to the Bangladesh Cricket Board, where you can see everything, every single delivery via their YouTube channel, all for free. So once again, congratulations to the Bangladesh Under-19 team for winning this match by 3 wickets and the series 3-2. That's it from us here at the commentary. Goodbye, take care, and just stay tuned for the presentation.